All right, so let us begin. So firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Gaurav. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Edmingle. A really warm welcome to all of you for joining this particular webinar this morning. So uh, before we get started, I want to lay out the structure of this webinar, how we are going to take you throughout this next 45 minutes. So firstly, I'll share my screen and I will be walking you through what exactly Edmingle is. I will be giving you some of the introductions about Edmingle, what we have been doing, what our product is intended to do. And then we will jump right into the product demonstration. So in product demonstration is where our today's main agenda will come into action, where I will actually show you live how you can create engaging courses when it comes to using Edmingle, and how you can engage your students with those courses and be able to generate more profits from your courses. And lastly, we have a very special surprise for you. So I really implore you all to stay till the end, because we have very special surprise for you in the box, which will really benefit you as an educator, as a professional who is looking to launch your online courses, launch your online engaging courses. So all right then. So with that, let me quickly share my screen so that we can get started. Okay, so you can please post in chat if you're able to see my screen, if you're able to view me properly, if you're able to hear to me properly, so that we can continue, so that I know that you all can actually hear us. All right. Okay, so let me quickly make it the full screen. Okay, so today's topic is about how to create engaging online courses on Edmingle, right? So the intention behind this webinar is to show you around live our administration panel, our Edmingle panel, using which you are going to create engaging courses. What are the components of an engaging courses look like? Why it is important to be able to create an engaging courses? Because in today's world, more and more people that we are talking to, more and more professional, more and more learners that we are talking to, they are all asking for some sort of engaging content. The more they are able to interact with your courses, the more they are able to interact with you, you have a chance to build a loyal student community, which a normal video or a normal PDF course might not be really helping you to do. So that is what we will understand over here. But before we jump right into it, let me quickly introduce you to what Edmingle is. So Edmingle has helped independent trainers and coaches to launch online course business directly from their website and mobile application. So we have built this platform, which is specifically useful for trainers, coaches, as well as organizations who are looking to launch their online teaching academy. Now, when I talk about online teaching academy, it can be in a form of a self-paced course, or it can be in a form of a live training, which you want to deliver to your courses. So you are expert in what you're doing. You are the experts in your course, but you need a technology platform to be able to reach to the end users that are looking for your courses. So that is exactly what Edmingle is trying to do. And we were founded in 2016 December, and I'm really proud to say in last 4 years, we have helped course creators collectively generate over 100 crores in online sales. And when I talk about online sales, this is the figure when we talk about these independent educators, these independent trainers getting their site, getting their mobile application with Edmingle, launching their courses, and start reaching out to the students in the end. So a little bit more about us. We call ourselves the first hybrid online academy enabler. Now, the word hybrid over here is very important, right? You will come across a lot of platforms when you actually look out in the internet, when you actually look out on Google. There are a lot of platforms who are claiming that they can help you launch hybrid courses, but we are really proud to say that we are actually the first and the only hybrid online academy enabler which is in India. The word hybrid is not to be used lightly. When we talk about hybrid, we know that because of pandemic, people have to completely move online. When we talk about their training, people have started to use Zoom, people have started to use Google Meet, people have started to use Microsoft Teams. But we all know that once the pandemic subsides, online training might not be the only way to go ahead, right? So when you actually start your physical training, when you actually start your coaching centers, if you have, and if you actually start the recording studios where you are actually recording your videos and giving it online, you need a truly hybrid online platform which allows you to manage both aspects of your offline as well as online training institutions. How you can actually do it, we'll talk more in detail into this webinar. We have a very clear motto. We want to help you create, teach, and grow. And that is what we stand for. So using our platform, you should be able to create your courses. You should be able to teach in exactly the way you want, whether it's live course or whether it's a self-paced course. And we, most importantly, this is the most important, we want you to be able to grow your online business, because at the end of the day, the more number of students you are able to reach, the more number of revenue, the more number of loyal community of students you will be generating. And we are here to help you do exactly the same, right? So we have helped, as I was talking about, we have helped over 4,000 trainers earn over 100 crores in online sales since last 4 years. These are some of the highlights of the customers that we have: Classroom, Data Train, On My Own Technology, Squad, Gate, Vyoma. Some of you might have heard about some of these brands, but they have been with us since the beginning of our journey. A lot of these customers have successfully launched their edtech product online and also have successfully raised a lot of funding to be able to create courses and reach to their target market. And yeah. So now diving a little bit deep into how do we exactly help you create and grow your online coaching business, right? So we have summarized it into 3 points. First is the most important piece that you need is to be able to, is the technology, right? Is the technology where you will be able to reach out to your students, right? So first and foremost, when you come to Edmingle, we give you an online presence in the terms of a website as well as a mobile application. So hear me when I say, when you come to Edmingle, you don't even need any external technical team, any external person helping you build the website for you, because you get a very well built website and a mobile application within Edmingle. And the most important part is you can completely customize that. You can put up your own logo, you can put up your branding, and you can completely customize it such that you speak to your target market in the way you want it to be. Second point is what we stand for is we want to help you become independent. I have been talking to so many trainers and educators, and setting up the technology is actually a nightmare for them, right? Independently, they are not able to even sign up for a payment gateway, which is as simple as anything when it comes to technology. They always have to rely on some external team. They always have to pay insane amount of money to some external team to be able to help them. And they are not even sure, since they have very limited knowledge about technology and all, they are not even sure that the work they have actually given out in the market for the amount justifies the cost which is being charged to them. So our aim is we want to help you become independent of the external technical and marketing teams. And that is where our expertise come into picture. We have created the system such that it's very simple for you to use. It has clues built in within the system so that you can always do everything on your own. And third is again the hybrid aspect, which is we want to help you manage all aspects of your online and offline education business right from a unified platform. This is another big problem which is faced by a lot of people when I talk about when we help them launch online academy. They come to me and say that, Gaurav, I have to use multiple softwares to be able to generate landing page, to be able to collect payment, to be able to engage my students. I'm using 3 to 4 new softwares, and for each software I have to give links to the students to be able to do it. This is creating a nightmare. This is not what we call a seamless experience. So we also stand for a unified platform where you are able to just focus on your training while everything else with respect to technology is being taken care by us. And the best part is all this is possible from your own branded website and mobile application. We don't have any Edmingle branding on your website and application when you launch it. It's completely your business, right? And the 3 most important point before we jump into the product demo, this is again going to give you insight about when I talk about online academy enabler, what exactly we mean, right? So first is we are all in one. So as I was talking about that, we don't want you to use multiple softwares. That is not creating a seamless experience, seamless learning experience for your students. And when you start to get your student, when they start to interact with your course, the experience matters the most. The moment they are able to interact with you, they are able to engage with your courses in a seamless fashion, you yourself have a very loyal student who is going to in turn refer to many other people. So we believe that we are giving you an online all-in-one to be able to help you give your self-paced as well as online courses right under a single platform. Second most important point, and by far this is the most important point that we stand for, we understand this is your training, this is your hard work, this is your show. You are the creator of this particular academy that you're going to do. So we want that you should be able to do whatever you do keeping full ownership over your content, keeping full ownership over your student, because that is how you are going to grow when you talk about the sustainable training business. So today, if you go to marketplaces, for example, like Udemy, or there are several other marketplaces, the moment you launch your course, you actually lose control over your audience, you lose control over your pricing, you lose control over whatever you have worked hard for it. So at Edmingle, it is your business. We want you to have full control over it. We do not share any information with anybody else. You control the prices and you do it as you like it. And the third, we have got your back. Now, I'm talking about the Indian market right now. Indian market, because of this pandemic, and let's be honest, because of this pandemic, has forced people to move online. But once you're forced to move online, it is not very rosy. We cannot just expect you to just go ahead, create your course, create your website or application and go right away. We understand that you will need a little bit of hand holding, and that is where we have a very strong support team. You can ask any customer that we have dealt with right from the moment you sign up. Our customer, irrespective of any plan you are in, whether you are paying X amount or 10x amount to us, it doesn't matter to us. We are here to help you. We are able to make sure that your journey in launching your online academy is as smooth as possible. So let's jump into the product now, what you will learn today. So there are 3 points that I have curated. I'm not going to stretch it a lot because this webinar can be divided into multiple sub webinars that you will be invited to. So I'll just briefly cover 3 major points. First is how to make your course hybrid, having self-paced content bundled with live coaching. Okay. So when we talk about making your course engaging, right? Engaging courses are something where your student is actually be able to interact with you in a better way, right? Because the more they are interacting with your courses, the more trust factor is getting created. The more trust factor is getting created, the more chances that the student or the learner is going to buy from you. So we always recommend that rather than just having a simple self-paced content, for those of you who might not know about self-paced content is something where you have pre-recorded all your videos, all your multimedia content, and you just upload it for the students to be able to see, right? So we always recommend that you should always bundle the self-paced courses with some or the other type of live coaching. And this is where the term hybrid is very important. I'll just give you an example, right? So let's say you have created a particular course and sold it to a bunch of learners. You have created multiple sections into it, but at the end of every section, you follow it up with a live coaching where you invite your community, where you invite your student to be able to join you live to see what they have learned over the period of time, right? So they are able to interact with you in that particular thing. Second point that we are going to cover is how you can make your course more engaging with interactive content and feedbacks, right? Integrated into the system. Now, remember the point when I say an integrated platform, right? When your student actually comes to your website, they log in. They do not just want to jump around here and there to be able to engage with you in the courses. Everything what you provide them should be happening within a single platform, whether it's discussions or whether it's chat or whether it's engaging with your courses, whether it's quizzes, whether it's assignment, everything should happen within a particular system rather than jumping around in multiple systems. So that is what we will see how that would happen. And first is how to showcase your free content and build trust. Again, this is very important. Now, since you are going to build your brand, brand building is not a very simple exercise. You have to actually launch your course, and your student should be able to see what you are actually delivering to them. That is where the trust factor gets built. If you don't build the trust factor, it is not possible to create your brand. It takes a lot of time. So I will show you how you can actually give out some of the free content. And when the student tries to access a paid content, they have to pay you, and they will be able to access the content. And most important request from my side, stay till the end because we have a very special offer for you. And this special offer is only going to be for the people who are attending this particular webinar. You might have seen we are running a lot of offers, but we actually have a very special offer, especially for the people who are joining this webinar. And when I actually, and mind my words, when I actually show you this offer, you're going to believe that we actually are ready to bet into this particular market. We are ready to bet on you. And we believe that if you're able to create your courses, you should be able to reach your target market in a minimal efforts, which is required. So please stay till the end. There are multiple other reasons. We'll be here to answer any of the queries that you might have, and a lot more things will happen. All right. So with that, I'll quickly stop my screen and I'll jump on to the product itself. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so right. So I'm going to cover multiple aspects when we talk about creating a online course, and I'm going to demonstrate live to you, both from administrator or tutor point of view, to and at the same time from the student's point of view, so that you are able to connect how it is going to exactly look like, right? So what you see right now is the administration portal that you will get along with Edmingle. This is the single place from where you will be controlling all your courses, all your batches, all your sales, leads, SMS, email, everything. This is the single platform that you have to log in. And the most important, you can see the URL over here. This is currently created on createteachgrow.edmingle.com. But there is one important aspect here. You can white label it completely. If you have your own domain name on which you want to actually launch your online academy, you can link it with the system so that you can actually run that particular thing directly onto that platform. I'll just quickly show you that before we jump into courses. So we have this website and app setup over here. If I go to website and app setup, we have various settings, for example, general settings, brand settings, website settings. So if I go to website builder, right over here, you see we give you either you can use a URL provided by us, or if you have a domain name. For example, I have a domain name over here called Create, Teach, Grow. So I can link this domain name directly with this website such that my students, when they access, or my trainers, or you yourself, when you access this particular thing, you can directly access from this particular URL directly. Okay, so with that, let us go to courses and content. So, and start, seeing how you can start creating engaging courses right away. So the first and the most important part, which I'm talking about, is I want to show you how you can bundle your live coaching as well as your self-paced coaching, right? And when I talk about bundling a live coaching, it is very seamless and integrated fashion, as you're going to see it right in a little bit while. So most of the platforms, when they tell you that we have an integrated live coaching platform, we have an integrated Zoom webinar, they don't tell you the whole story, right? You have to use that particular platform. You have to generate your Zoom link separately. You have to copy paste that Zoom link and send it out to your student. Your student will then need to click on that Zoom link and download the Zoom applications and so on and so on. Yeah, there's a huge process which gets involved, and there is no security, right? When you actually share your Zoom link with your students, the student can actually, or the learner can actually share that particular Zoom link with many other people who might not have paid for your course or something like that. There is no security. You cannot have any control over your attendees. So in this particular first part, I'm going to show you how you can launch a live webinar, how you can launch a live course directly from Edmingle system, directly from your own branded website, and your student don't even need to know what exactly is the link. They can directly just log in and join it, right? So, let me, so this, I'm into the courses and content panel right now. So I have created some 6 courses like cybersecurity, web development. These are just for the namesake. These are not actual courses, but I have created just for the demonstration purposes. So here, I have this understanding personal finance course, which is there. So I'll just jump into it right away. So once I enter into this particular course, I have various settings over here. We are not going to go deep into various settings because it's going to take a lot of time, but you can control your batches, pricing, publishing, students, classes, drip content, and everything. So I'm going to jump into the batches part. So batches part is the most important part where you will be able to edit and add schedule to your live coaching, right? So there are 2 parts I will show you here. One is how you will be able to schedule your batches for a particular course. Secondly, how you can combine it with your content. So content part we will go in the next phase, but let's begin with the scheduling part. So the concept of batches is very interesting, right? You can also call it a concept of cohort based. So there are 2 types in which you can give the live training, right? First is you are a single trainer. You have multiple courses. Your students are joining online, but you train them all at once into a single cohort. Now, when I talk about cohort, or I alternatively can call it a batch, is nothing but a group of students who are enrolling into your course under the same timing, under the same thing, and you are having a common schedule for all of those students. So it sort of helps them have a group experience into that particular group. But we take it much more ahead than this. For example, what if you want to launch multiple cohorts, right? It might be possible that you just want to train around 20 to 25 people in one go. You only want to have a cohort of that. So Edmingle also allows you to launch multiple batches for your particular single course. This is one of the very unique things that you will not get in a very simplistic products outside. So you can invite other trainers as well. So every batch that you create will have its own schedule, which have its own training. Trainer will have its own set of students who can interact among themselves, who can take part in the community. So that's about the batches. So here you can see I have a batch called Understanding Personal Finance, in which I have just one student admitted right now. So when I see the start and end date, it doesn't have a schedule right now. So let me go ahead and just click on edit schedule. So this is only to be used if you are bundling your live training in a particular scheduled fashion along with your content training. So you can actually create a start date and end date. So let's say this course actually starts from 9th. And okay, let me just put it, it starts from 1st October and it goes ahead till 31st October. I'll just click and go ahead on update. So once you create this, next is you can set when exactly those live trainings are going to happen, right? So remember, we have a deep integration with Zoom over here. You don't need to use any other Zoom application. You can do the scheduling right from here. So you can select a single course can have multiple subjects as well. So right now I only have one subject. I'll select that. And I'll just going to select, okay, let's say daily I want to have a training for this particular course. So I'm just going to mark all days over here. And you can select which particular trainer. So let's say I'm selecting myself and when exactly this particular live session is going to happen. So let's say this is going to happen from 10 to 11 a.m. Once I know everything, and important part over here is you can have multiple tutors training in different things. So a lot of times you also want to invite some external people to give some mock classes or some welcome classes to your students. He might be expert of some other thing. So you can invite them as well. You can assign a particular live class to them as well. So right now, for the sake of simplicity, let me just simply have my name over here and I'll save timing. The moment I save timing, you can see a calendar is set. Now, all the students who have enrolled into this particular Understanding Personal Finance course will be able to see the schedule right from the calendar. Let me show you how it is going to look like, right? So right over here, I have this student which I have logged in. His name is Prashant. So this is how your student is going to have a look at your particular login when they actually come to your website. So let me show you the website part as well. So as I was talking about, that we are going to give you a predefined website which you can customize as your own. So this is the website which I have customized for me. You can see it's on createteachgrow.edmingle.com. Again, you can launch it onto your white label domain as well. So I have put up a proper demo. I have given my, okay, what the student is going to get. I have added various courses over here. So you can see students are going to come to your site. They can see, you can categorize your courses as well. So I have multiple categories. I teach in information technology as well as business careers as well. So I have 3 courses in information technology, 3 courses in business and careers. And let me go to Understanding Personal Finance. So if I click on Understanding Personal Finance, every course that you launch has a dedicated landing page. Now, mind here, it is going to help you tremendously in your marketing. So a lot of time when you go to your marketing team or you want to market your particular course, they always ask you for landing page, right? And we know for a fact that creating a landing page is really, really difficult task. You need to have a lot of expertise. So what you have done is the moment you launch a particular course over there, a landing page automatically gets created onto your website, and which you can directly share as a link and do your marketing. So when a student comes to this particular, they can see all the information like what is the schedule. If at all this is a live course, they will be able to see what is the schedule looking like. I can click on view detailed schedule and I can see when is exactly the sessions going to happen. Not just that, I can have the entire overview of the program. You can add overview. And finally, I can also see the curriculum which I'm going to get. So I know I'm going to get these many sections, introduction to courses, how to save more money, how to calculate where your cash is going and all those things. And once I expand this, I can see what exactly is the content which I'm going to get into this. I'm going to dive deep a little bit into this. And finally, so as a student, I'm actually already enrolled into this particular course. But if I was not enrolled, I would have been able to sign up from here. If it was a paid course, a payment gateway would have popped up and I would have been able to collect the payment. So let me just quickly go to this particular course now. So coming back to the admin panel. So as I was showing, as an admin, I have created this live session with the students. And as a student, when I log in, I have a complete calendar over here. So when I go to calendar, I can see what are my live sessions scheduled with my trainer, scheduled with my coaching institution in a particular month or a particular week or even a particular day. So if I go to a particular day, I know I have 3 sessions today. One is cybersecurity, web development, understanding personal finance. This is something we just created. And I can just click onto this. I can see whether that session is started. And the moment I click into, if the session is started, I can join right from this. There is no Zoom link sharing, nothing, right? So as a trainer, if again, going back to the trainer account. So once you have scheduled this particular course, whenever you go to your dashboard, we have a special section in the dashboard called today's classes. Today's classes is specifically designed for you to quickly see what are the live training sessions you want to take today, who is going to take it, whether it's you who are going to take it, or there's some external trainer you have invited, whether it's a virtual session, it's a class-based session, and which platform it is going to be happening from. So you can see here I have from 10 to 11, under third number, understanding personal finance. And now what you need to do to launch this class, you don't need to log in into Zoom or nothing. We have a deep integration with Zoom. All you need to do is just click on the sign in. The moment you sign in, the system asks you, are you sure you want to start this live class? And you just click OK, and your Zoom session will be launched right into your particular platform. Not just that, the moment you launch your particular live session, when the student comes over here and student goes into the dashboard, we have a special section for students as well, which says today's classes, which is on the right side. So today's classes, I can see what are the classes which has started and what are the classes which has not started. And within a click of a button, I can simply join live class from here. So it is very seamless. We just did it in 3 steps. We created a schedule. We launched a class from the dashboard, and the student will be able to join directly from their panel. There is no Zoom opening. There is no Zoom creation. There is no use of WhatsApp where you need to send a Zoom link, and there is no security problems which is there. And yes, if you have a question, notification, whether students will receive notifications about your live class. Yes, they will receive push notification. If you're using our mobile application, they are going to receive email notification. They are also going to receive SMS notifications. All integrations are inbuilt within this particular system. Now comes the most important and interesting part when we talk about the live class, right? One of the biggest challenges that you face is, how do you share recording with the student, right? How do you share the recording? Let's say the class happened and a lot of students joined and you recorded the entire session. Some of the students didn't join, but you want to give this particular webinar or you want to give this live session recording to your students. Traditionally, how it used to happen is the recording happens in Zoom. You log in into Zoom, you go to the recording section, you get the link of the recording, you share it with your students either on WhatsApp or email or something like that. And you have no control over that, whether somebody has watched the recording or not. But let's come back to Edmingle. It is completely simplified. The moment your class completes, the recording is automatically fetched into your learning management system and it sits exactly into that particular session. So I'll show you how that is going to happen. So in today morning, I was just testing out whether the integration is working fine. And I recorded a class for one of the courses, cybersecurity. So let's say a particular student missed to attend the cybersecurity class, which is class ended now for morning 8 to 9. But I want to be able to access this particular course recording. So what I can do is I can simply come to my dashboard. I can go to cybersecurity particular course. I will come into this thing. I have a class records feature over here. So when I go to class records, I can see, okay, today's classes, there was a class from 8 to 9 a.m. and it was live and recording is now available. I just need to click on view recording and this entire recording is directly opening within this particular platform as well. I have not redirected anywhere. I can just directly watch my recording and give feedback to the student. Now, one more very important thing. Okay, now I'm completing the flow here. So you created a schedule, you launched a class, your student joined the class, but you want a feedback from your students as well, right? Now, again, feedback is very important. A lot of trainers actually avoid taking feedback for some reason. Maybe they have a doubt that they might not be able to reply back to the feedback or something. But let me explain to you that feedback is very important. The moment you take feedback from a student, you are giving them an opportunity to interact with your particular course, right? It builds trust. So right when the class ends, we have a rate class features as well. So if a student liked your particular course, they can open it, they can rate the class, they can indicate, they can give you 5-star, and they can also give comments. Class was wonderful, right? But the mic was not working very good, right? So it's a genuine feedback. You know that this is the feedback your students can give. And once they submit it, you will be able to access this particular feedback in your email, in your administration panel, and you can see how your classes are going. So this completes the first interactive part. How you can actually schedule a live classes very simply, how you can launch it, how your students can join it, how they can actually watch their schedule onto the particular calendar, and how they can join and access the recording, and finally how they can give you the feedback, right? So this completes our first part. I'll be open to take questions at the end of the webinar. Okay, so coming to the next portion of a particular course, right? So now we have created and launched a live class, but I also want to be able to give some sort of interactive content. So what are my ways how I can bundle both together, right? So let me, to be able to explain that, let me go into understanding personal finance. So now if I go to understanding personal finance again, we worked through the batches. As you remember, we worked through the batches, but now we are going to work through the curriculum. So this particular course, apart from having a batch and a live schedule, also has a curriculum where you can add, remove multiple content in the forms of a single folder or a multiple folder, right? However you want to structure your particular course, it's completely up to you. So we have this understanding personal finance. Let me go into manage content over here. And so when I go to manage content, this is exactly where you are going to combine your digital curriculum building, right? So you can see I have created this course introduction, how to progress, part 1 of part 3. These are the sections I have created. Inside each section, I have the ability to create teaching material as well as assessment, assignment, which I can give. Parallelly, let me show you how it is going to look at the student side as well, right? So once I student login, let me go into understanding personal finance, which I know I have not completed at all now. So let me just go into this. Once I click into this is the course player. Now you can see when the student actually starts the course player, I can see on the left side what are the content which is there. So I can see whatever sections the admin has added in course introduction, part 1 of part 3, the student is able to see over here, and the content which is there, right? So I can just access my content. So first content is what you will learn as a PDF. I've directly integrated into this. In second part, I have a video which is going to be there. And in video, I can actually watch the video and multiple other things can be done. So this is all very straightforward, right? This is all very straightforward. You can upload any type of, so if I click on the teaching material, we have variety of teaching materials which you can add. You can add video, you can add PDF, image, audio, PPT, Excel, all sort of things. We also give you the ability to add external links, external YouTube videos and code to you, right? So let's say you conducted this particular webinar. Now you want to give out recording of this particular webinar to your students. So there are two ways, right? One way is the student can actually log in directly and access your webinar without the need of anything. It's all automated. But what if you want to make it a part of your content as well? What if you make that particular recording a part of some other course, right? So how easy it is, I'm going to show you. So let's say I go to this particular section, I click on teaching material, and I just name it. This is the webinar recording, something like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this video over here. I have two options here, right? One option is I can upload that particular webinar recording by choosing a file. But the most easy part is you don't need to do that. If you have conducted webinar and live classes using our system, you don't need to download that file and then re-upload it. It's all sitting automatically for you in the system, right? So we have a button over here called choose from library. So if I click on choose from library, you can use any of the video which you might have used into the particular system. And we have a special live class library over here, right? You can see this recording which we had done in the morning has automatically come over here. So I can just simply click on use this, and automatically this recording will be linked to this particular thing, right? So the most important part is why are you sharing this particular video with them particular, right? So I'll show you that part as well, but let me just quickly save it. You also have the ability to do a privacy setting, whether you want to allow your students to be able to download this or you just don't want to allow them to download it. This is completely secure. And this is all going to be a proper encrypted fashion. Your student cannot download that particular video. They have to actually log in and watch into this. And you just create it. The moment you create it, right, and a student comes over here, again, I'll go back to a dashboard just to show you. I can click on understanding personal finance. And once I go to part 3, and remember, whenever you add a particular recording, whenever you add a particular material, your student is also getting a notification on email, which he can directly click and access this particular thing. So now you see there's a webinar recording, which is there. And when I open webinar recording, I can simply just play this webinar recording completely and all those things, right? But this is now a traditional way of teaching. But you want to be able to allow the engagement onto this particular webinar. You want to know how the feedback is going to be in this particular webinar. So I showed you one way how you will be able to collect the feedback. That is through the ability to rate the class. After every individual class or after every individual webinar you are happening, automatically a rate class option is going to come there, which the students can rate and they can give you feedback. But there is another very interesting way a lot of trainers are doing it, by the way of Google Forms, right? So let's say you have created a proper Google form over here. I have a Google form. which I go to questions. So this is simply, you can create a feedback form over here. You can add multiple feedback, different type of courses, all those things. And you just want to collect the feedback, but do not want to redirect them to Google Forms or something like that. You want it to happen directly within the system itself, so that you can capture all the data which you like. So you can do it very simply. So as you can see, every such forms or every such external system which you might be using gives you an ability to get an embedded code, right? So here I have a button called send. If I open send, I have something called embeddable framework, right? So all you need to do is just simply copy this particular embedded code, come back to your admin panel. So now in this webinar recording, let's say you want to collect a feedback from the student, right? So what you simply do is you just click on edit details, and inside edit details, after the webinar is completed, you have this description and instruction form where you have a simple code view. All you do is go to the code view and copy paste this particular feedback form, and your feedback form is going to be right integrated within the system. So once you do this, what the student can actually come here. Let me again open this particular webinar. They are going to open this particular webinar. They are going to watch this video. And if they are going to watch it, you can see how did you like your course. You can collect your feedback right here as well. If somebody has missed to give you a star rating or something like that, they can simply just, and this is completely embedded. They are not going into any particular external site or something. They can directly give their feedback from here, and they can submit it, and you can capture that particular feedback directly into your Excel sheet. So this is a very interesting way where you are engaging, because see, you need to understand that the moment they are watching a particular content, you need to give them something to engage with you. So one of the ways to be able to launch a feedback course particular, right? So next way is, another interesting thing is, you can set up an assessment, right? So this is also an engaging way. You have given videos, you have given everything to your student, but now you want to be able to give them some sort of assessment. So this is where you can simply make use of this online exercise part. And you can create you can create a quiz or an assignment which the student can take as a part of the thing. So I'm going to log in into another of the student account in which I have this quiz created, so that I can show you this in a little bit more detail. Right. So this is another of the demo site which we use to give you a lot of demonstration. Let me just log in with a student where I have a lot of quizzes. So as you saw, the student actually came to your site, they log in and directly landed onto your learning management system. I'm going to go into the sample course, which is completely built. And in sample course, I have a section over here called, let me just see where I have this. Yeah, I have an exam section separately, which I have created. Now you can call it exam or you can call it quiz or whatever it is. But the point over here is, it is an online exercise which allows your student to interact with you, interact with your course, and give you feedback whether they have understood a particular concept that you are teaching or not. And that quiz results, you can evaluate, you can know exactly how your learners are interacting with your course, what exactly they need, who is strong, who is weak, in which parts they are weak, and you can do suggestive upselling to those particular students as well. So I'll just click on this online exercise. As a student, I can see now you can set up your online exercise to be a specific number of attempts which you can give, or you can keep it as a practice unlimited attempts as well, right? So student is going to come here, they're going to click on attempt now. Once they click on attempt now, this is how the exam start or quiz start page looks like. If you want to give some instructions, you can give it out over here. Student can click on declaration. Now, a lot of you who might have used Coursera for learning some of the other course, this is exactly what Coursera also does. After end of every section, they create a particular unlimited timed quiz or practice quiz or marked or graded quiz. So student comes here, they click on declaration, they click on I'm ready to begin. And the moment they click, a quiz system opens into this. So now this quiz system supports all sort of mathematics, all sorts of images, any sort of content that you want to upload in a very simple fashion. And it also works on a randomization concept, right? So let's say if you are training, if you have a set of 1,000 questions, you can upload all your 1,000 questions, and whenever you want to create a particular quiz, you can select how many questions from those 1,000 questions should come into this particular quiz, and the test will be randomly generated. So as a student, when I'm trying to practice, when I'm trying to answer this particular exam, every time I take it or every other student gets a different set of questions. So there is no way I can have a same set of questions if you have the randomized option on. Okay, so I can just attempt all of my questions. You can have subjective feedback questions or MCQ questions or any type of multiple choice question you want to keep. And once I do it, I have the ability to submit this exercise. Once I submit it, I have instant result. So when you uploaded your particular questions, you have uploaded your feedbacks, explanations, everything over there. As a student, I can submit and I can review. how did I perform into this particular course? I can do a complete review of questions. Okay, so I marked option number B over here, but the correct answer was option number 1. And if the trainer had given some sort of feedback or explanation for this question, I would have come to know why my answer is wrong and what I would have done to improve this particular thing. So this is another way which you can engage your students into this. Now, there is one very important insight which I want to give you over here. A lot of trainers, a lot of educators which I talk to, they are very concerned about security of their content. Yes, while I understand that you need to be very concerned about content, they ask me a question, Gaurav, I want to upload my video, I want to upload my PDFs, whether the student will be able to download whether it is easy to download that videos or not. So first thing I want to clarify that it is completely secure. It is completely secure. Student cannot download it. But another insight that I want to give you is, if I want to just ask you one question, how easy it is for a student in today's world to get a video or a content that you are making, right? They have lots of free content is available onto the site. They can go to the YouTube, they can go search on internet, and they will get tremendous amount of content. But the power comes with the assessments. And that is why we encourage you that you should, along with the live classes, see, power is going to come from live class. Power is going to come from assessment, because assessment is something which helps your student to judge themselves, help you to be able to help your students better where their weak points are. And that is a service which is unparalleled. That is a service which a student cannot just find going online, right? They are seeking feedback from you. So focus that you make live classes part of your particular course. You focus that how you can make assessment assignments where you can get an opportunity to evaluate your students, build a relationship with them, and also at the same time your learners are able to assess themselves better. Because this combined value, when you give, right, there is no limit that you can keep to that value. Student cannot just simply go to a free service and they can search for it, because they know that they have complete package in a structured format provided by you. So this is second way of the assessment which you can create and which you can give out to the student, which I wanted to show to make your courses a little bit more interactive, right? Now, the final point is, how do you make your content free preview, right? How do you make your content free preview? The third part which I wanted to show you, because when you are trying, see, the most important part is now you're trying to deliver your courses under your brand, right? So building your brand, you need to showcase some of your content to the student, yet be able to collect their data so that they can at least enroll into your particular course. They can watch your free content. And if they like your content, they are obviously going to purchase that particular thing, right? So I'm going to show you how you can make a content some free. So whenever you add a particular section or any particular material for that matter, for example, let's in this particular section, this making your money work for you, this particular video which I have added, I want to make it available for free. Student don't need to pay for this particular course to access this particular video, but still they would have to sign up. They will have to give me their information, right? So I have option over here called free preview. So I can just simply open this free preview content and I can check mark this particular thing off where I just updated understanding personal finance, and this particular content specifically, I made it free. You can make the entire sections free or you can make individual content free. It's up to you. Now, once you have made a content free, the next step would be to allow student to register free of cost for your particular course so that they can actually watch this free content. So how to do that? Let me again go back to my homepage over here. I'll go to the courses and content. I'll go to understanding personal finance. And under this pricing and publishing, this is pricing and publishing is a place where I'm able to set my costing of the particular course, right? So currently I have given it a zero cost, but I don't want to give it a zero cost. I want to actually have a paid course, but I also want to enable a free preview. So I'll just edit it and I can give a full cost. Let's say totally this is costing 1,000 rupees. One of the very important thing which I've also wanted to highlight over here, since we are on this page, is you can also have multiple fee templates or pricing plan when you are delivering your courses. Now, let's say your courses has, let's say 25,000, 30,000 rupees of course, and you know your student won't be able to pay the entire amount in one go. So you can also set up multiple pricing plan where you can allow them to pay one installment or two installment or four installment or in an EMI option as well. So you can set it up so that your student can pay less and get access. And this is also, we have completely automated. The moment the second installment of a student becomes due, and you don't need to worry about whether they can attend your course for free or not. Automatically, the system is going to block their access. They have to pay to be able to do that. But this is an entire big topic that we can cover up in separate webinar, but you can set up multiple pricing plans. Okay, so coming to the point here, we have something called allow free preview. So all I need to do is when I publish this particular course giving a cost, I just need to enable allow free preview into this particular course, and I can just save it. So let me just show. So now when the student comes to your site, let me open Safari because I already have logged in into this. So let's say if somebody goes to your site called Create, Teach and Grow, which you have given to the student, this is the Edmingle site as you would be able to relate. They'll come here, they can go, okay, I want to understanding personal finance. Once they go into this particular course, now apart from having enrolled, sorry, I'm already logged in here. Let me just log out. Yeah. So when the student comes here, now they say two options over here. One option is either I can enroll by paying. Once I click on enroll, you can either have student enroll into this via Google sign up or Facebook, or they can also give you their contact numbers and something like this. But the second interesting option which is there is I have also enabled the student to enroll for free into this particular course. Now, when they enroll for free, they can see over here in the content, which course they can access for free, which content which they cannot access. So I can just simply enroll for free. I can give my information over here and I would be able to access that content for free. And the moment I, try to, for example, let me just very quickly sign up. They can just give your contact number. You can click on proceed. You can, now this form you can customize. Let me just give any random email address right now. This can be OTP driven as well, but for just a demon's purpose, I have kept the OTP off. The moment I click on sign up, the student will automatically get enrolled into your particular free preview. They can go into my, not now, they'll automatically go into that particular course, right? So, right. And they will be able to access the free content which is there, which you have made. I think some login sign up problem happened, but nonetheless, so I'll show you over here. Right. So when they actually enroll for a free preview, whenever they go to the dashboard, they will still be able to see that particular course inside. But the only difference would be when they go inside this course to understand that, they will be able to access that particular material only which you have allowed for free. The moment they try to access any particular content which is not available for free, the system is going to pop them that this material is not available for free. You have to purchase it. And obviously, if the student is able to engage with your course, student is liking your course, they're going to pay you and they are going to generate that particular content for them to watch. All right, so I think I mostly covered. So let me just, so this is what I wanted to cover in our brief webinar. I'm going to conduct more webinars, go deeply into how you can make your course even more interactive, how you can actually do a lot more with Edmingle. But this is what I wanted to cover at this particular webinar. And let me just quickly show you, you can manage batches, you can manage your users, you can manage multiple trainers over here, new admissions, sales, leads and inquiries, SMS and emails are integrated. You can manage discussions. Okay, one part I missed, right? Which is again very important. So another important way you can engage your student is by the virtue of discussions. So if I, let's say if I go to understanding personal finance, and again, going back to this webinar recording, which I said. So apart from the feedback form which you added, there is another point over here. You should ask your student to engage via discussion panel. So you can see we have a panel over here where I say create new post. If I click on create new post, this webinar was wonderful. Would like to enroll for more, and they can just simply post it. And once they post it, you are going to receive all sort of email notifications for it. And as an admin, once you go into this, you have a common discussion panel over here. Once you click on discussion, you can see how the students are interacting with your particular course. You can filter it out course wise. So as I know, in understanding personal finance, there are 2 discussions which is going on. You can, so the latest is this webinar was wonderful, would like to enroll for more. Latest updates, how many comments are there, which course or particular material this has been going into. You can go into this particular thing and you can post your reply. Thank you, Prashant. Would keep you posted. And you can build a community around your discussion panel as well. You can add more and more information and engage your particular student. Ask them to take part of your discussion on a particular material or as a global forum which is there. So this was also something which I missed, which I wanted to make a part of it. So with that, I'll just go back to my slide and continue with the webinar. Okay, so I think we have covered entire things which I wanted to actually cover. There are much more features which you can use when you use Edmingle. There is live classes, webinars. You can enable discussions, as I showed you, engaging with comments and messages. There is also a feature called drip content, which is very interesting, which you can use. So drip content allows you to give your content to the student one day at a time, right? So this is again a very interesting other concept. Let's say you created a course, which is a 30-day long course. You want every day a particular video should go to the student, but not all the material should get enabled in one go. So you can set up a drip schedule, which is there, where you can schedule, okay, the material 1 should go at the 0th day, material 2, it should go at the 0th day. Let me quickly show you that as well, just for the matter of it. And if I go to, let's say, understanding personal finance, I have something called drip over here. So drip allows you to schedule. So you can set up a drip schedule based on the calendar date, or based on a batch start date, based on a student enrollment date. So let's say if you do it on a based on student enrollment date, all your content is going to be over there. So you can set up, this material should go in a 0th day. This material should go on 1st day. This material should go on 2nd day. This should go on 3rd day. So what happens is, the moment I enroll into a particular course as a student, every day I receive a notification that a trainer has launched new particular content. So this gives me an opportunity to click on that notification, go inside the particular course panel, and I'm opening your site on a daily basis. I'm interacting with you on a daily basis. It's not like I just signed up, I watched all my video and that's it. It's not like that. So this is something which you should be able to make use of when you talk about the creating your courses more engaging. I showed you how you can engage your student with embedded feedback forms. I showed you how you can include your quizzes and assessments right within the particular engaging courses. Okay, so I think we have come to the end of the webinar. So as I promised, I wanted to show you what is the special offer which I was talking about, which is only available for this particular webinar. So there are going to be 2 offers which I'll show you, which is very interesting. So try to understand over here, once you see this particular offer, this is a very, very genuine offer. There is no gimmick which is involved into this. There is no hidden cost. There is nothing behind it. It is going to show you that we want to give you everything you need to get started with your engaging online courses. You are the creator of your courses. You have worked really hard to be able to build your content. We just don't want to see your content getting uploaded in a marketplace, losing full control over it. Yes, that is a good channel for you to generate the leads, but you should be able to have your own platform, a platform which you can call your own, a platform which you can actually share with your students and build a loyal online community which is there. So what we have launched is a very special price boost plan. So we have a boost plan, which is actually our very starting plan. So before we go into the offer, right, I wanted to introduce you, we have multiple pricing plans. We have pricing plan, which is suitable for a single trainer. We also have a pricing plan, which is suitable for a bunch of organizations. We have customers, big organizations having 50 to 60 trainers, training 60 to 70,000 students across the globe. Right. And we have trainers who are independently training thousands and thousands of students, both in India as well as abroad. So we have created our pricing plan in such fashion. But we have a very special plan, which has newly launched, as the boost plan. The original cost of boost plan was around 19,999, which is close to 20,000 per year. But we have introduced a flat 50,000 off onto that particular boost plan. Today, if you register at this point of time, it is going to be 9,999 rupees only. And mark my word, this cost, okay, you might be thinking it's still 10,000 rupees per year. But let me explain to you, you get a one Zoom paid license worth 13,200 included within this particular plan. Yes, you have actually heard me right. You know, most of you might be using Zoom. If you go to Zoom, if you purchase Zoom, you have to pay a simple Zoom license, which allows you to add 100 participants. You have to pay 13,200 rupees plus GST on a yearly basis to that. But you are just able to use Zoom. With the boost plan, you are getting that Zoom license included, integrated within this particular platform, as well as the complete value of the online academy, which I showed you, in which you can actually launch a white label academy. This is the most important part. Right there, you can see that this value is much lesser. And the reason why we are giving you for cheap this particular thing is because we believe that you have the power to increase your particular revenue base. We have gone our way, gone to the Zoom, got a discounted price so that we are able to give this very special offer to you. Make use of this offer. I'll tell you how you can actually make use of this offer in the next slide. Apart from one paid Zoom license, which can allow you to host up to 300 participants. This is also one more important thing, not 100 participants. We give you 300 participants where you can conduct webinar on need basis as well. That is something which is there. You get access to curated Edmingle online training, right? You get a white labeled web portal as well as mobile application. Part of this particular plan, integrated payment gateway with installment system and daily payouts, which I was showing you. You get the curriculum building with all the features which I just showed you, and you also get a live coaching product which I showed you, right? So the moment you sign up for this, you have a Zoom integrated. If you want to use that Zoom account separately for your use case, you can do that as well, right? So that you get more value out of it. You can create courses, attach payment gateway, collect payment, interact with the student, try it out, everything which you want to do. But this plan is actually a general plan, which we are running with all our customers at this point of time, especially at least within this particular month. But I told you that if you are attending this particular webinar, there's a much more special offer for you. So let me introduce you that particular offer as well, right? So that particular offer is what we call an impossible offer. So only for people who are actually currently attending this particular webinar, we wanted to have this special offer, which is only going to be available for the next 15 minutes. I'm trying to create that thing over here because that is absolutely, I know 9,999, we are giving you a Zoom license, which is already a very discounted price. But if you buy now, if you know, see, there can be two possibilities. One is after seeing this webinar, after seeing the product demo, after understanding about Edmingle, you know that this is something which I want to do. You have the ability, you understand that I'm ready to do it. You can take action right away. But at the same time, if you are not sure right now, if you want to connect with us one-on-one, if you want to connect with our team, customer success, want to have a trial, no problem in that. You can actually go to our site and create a trial account. But if you believe that you have actually seen and you make use of this particular system, make use of a Zoom license for your training, then you can actually avail this particular offer where we are just giving it out for 8,999, which is 10% additional discount. You can use a coupon code called special for this. How you can do it is something which my team is going to post on a chat in a little bit while. There will be a link which you can go onto that. There will be a checkout page where this particular boost plan is going to get selected. You can put this special code, you will get this discount. And please understand there will be some additional GST amount which is there, which is anyways charged and is required for us to charge. But paying this amount, if you actually enroll in the next 15 minutes, you are going to get this 8,999 cost per year. And one more important thing, we are not just forcing you to take action, right? We are just pushing you towards it. I talk to a lot of trainers, they know, okay, I want to do, but months go by, years go by, and they are still like, I'm still creating my content. Time is actually running very fast. When you are conducting live classes, your content is actually getting created in a parallel fashion. You don't need to sit in a studio, create a content. You can actually record your videos, create a content, then you can make some edits onto that and make it beautiful. That's always comes later. But we are imploring you to take action right now. That is why we are adding a 30 days money back guarantee. No questions asked if you enroll for this particular course. We are just pushing you over here. It's very simple. You get a value, you get a Zoom license, which is already 13,200 rupees within this particular cost itself. You make use of Edmingle. Our support people are going to train you. Even within 30 days, if you feel that this is not something which you like, you just send us an email. You just ask me, you contact me directly. We are going to give you 100% money back guarantee. No questions asked, because we actually want to bet on this. We actually want to demonstrate the power of the platforms like Edmingle for you to utilize it. And you need to take action now for this. So I request my team to please post the checkout page link over here. Within the next 15 minutes, if you go ahead and enroll for it, you will get this particular impossible price. If you feel that you need more time, no issues at all. You just go ahead, create a trial account, try it out, have questions, ask, and then enroll for it. There's no problem. But you can use this special coupon to get a 30 days money back guarantee and an additional discount. And one more important thing which I wanted to cover, priority customer support with one-on-one training. This is something which is also part of this particular boost plan which we made, which seems like an impossible task. A lot of companies, they will tell you, unless and until you come onto our enterprise or your premium plan, we are not going to provide you one-on-one training. But we have removed that particular barrier. We have, as I was mentioning, we have clients from boost plan to an enterprise segment. At this particular moment, we understand that India needs to go online fast. And when India needs to go online fast, they are going to need a lot of support. We have a very strong support team, which we are regularly building. Along with this plan, you get a priority customer support. Once you enroll, over a period of next 5 to 10 days, our support people are going to do a one-on-one training, 1 hour training on a daily basis with you, helping you set up everything from end to end. Right from the moment you sign up to the moment you are able to get your first student, we are going to help you. Traditionally, when we actually launched Edmingle, we used to provide this type of training only to our enterprise client and used to value it around 1 lakh. But now, to be able to remove this burden, we have made it a part specially into this particular boost plan. So I cannot stress further. The value is very evident. If you don't like it, we will not ask any question. Money will be refunded. But I implore you, make use of this special offer. We bet on your future. This is clearly a bet on your future. We are incurring a particular loss over here, but we don't care at this point of time, because if you are able to make money out of it, there is nothing more satisfactory for a company like Edmingle. So that is something which I wanted to put across. Thanks a lot for attending this particular webinar. I hope you got, I hope the team has posted the discount code as well as a particular thing. Thank you one and all. Thank you for attending this. Thank you for giving your time. I'm available. I'm going to post my email address as well. I'm available on gaurav@edmingle.com. Any problems you have, anything, please feel free to reach out to me directly as well. No worries. I'm going to get back to you. There is one more thing. A lot of you might have purchased this particular plan in 9,999 from us in past few days, because that's the general offer that we are running. If you feel that you have attended this particular webinar, you're part of this webinar and want to take this special offer, please separately email our team, right? So if you are part of this webinar and if you've already paid 9,999, we will be giving you this additional discount as well for our existing customers. And for new customers purchasing right within 15 minutes, this offer is anyways going to be valid. Okay, so with that, I'll just close the webinar. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you very much.